Happy New Year, everyone. That's right, it's 2020, which means we've got a whole new year of movies to look forward to. So I decided to look at all the movies coming out this year and make a list of my top 10 movies I'm looking forward to seeing the most. So let's get into it. So before I jump into my top 10, I have a few honorable mentions, those being Bad Boys for Life and Birds of Prey. Both look great, and I'm excited to see both of them, but they just didn't quite make it into my top 10. Now, my top 10 are in no particular order. They're just movies I'm anticipating the most for 2020. With all that said, let's get into number 10. Number 10 on my list is Top Gun Maverick. Now, the idea of a Top Gun sequel does sound like a bit of a studio cash grab, but the trailers have really implied that's not the case. It really looks like this movie has a story worth telling, with some solid action and some solid stunt work to go with it. I've read a lot of articles about this movie, and it sounds like Tom Cruise did extensive stunt work in the cockpit. While Top Gun Maverick isn't exactly the sequel we need, it sure looks like a movie we're going to enjoy. Number 9 on my list is Venom II. I am definitely a Venom apologist. I mean, look, I thought it was great. And in a world flooded with comic book movies, it was refreshing to get a movie that focuses on the villain's story. It helped pave the way for movies like The Joker and Morbius, and I loved that. I'm really looking forward to Woody Harrelson's depiction of Carnage as well. I love the character Carnage, and I can't wait to see him on the big screen. Number 8 on my list is Black Widow. I've been wanting a Black Widow movie for years, and we're finally getting one. I'm a big fan of the MCU, and the first movie in Phase 4 really looks like a great movie. I really enjoyed the trailer. It had a very Captain America Winter Soldier vibe to it, and I'm a huge fan of Winter Soldier, and Black Widow was phenomenal in that movie, so I'm really looking forward to her getting her own solo movie. Number 7 on my list is Bios. Now, for those of you that don't know, Bios is the story of a man living in a post-apocalyptic world, building a robot to take care of his dog after he dies. Now, on the surface, that sounds kind of like a dumb science fiction movie, but what makes me optimistic about this movie is the talent behind this. Tom Hanks will be playing the lead role, and I feel like he can bring a lot to the table. I mean, who knows? Maybe this robot will be the next Wilson. And on top of that, you've got infamous Game of Thrones director Miguel Sapochnik, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, directing this movie. So I'm really excited to see what we can accomplish with this combined talent. Number 6 on my list is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I was a huge fan of Wonder Woman. It really did the character justice, and Gal Gadot's performance was incredible. So I've been looking forward to a sequel for quite a while now, and the trailer just dropped, and it is showing some visually amazing action. Now, I heard Chris Pine was returning. I was a little skeptical of the idea, and spoiler warning for Wonder Woman in 3, 2, 1. I thought his death was a very heroic and powerful ending to his character, so I wasn't all that crazy about the idea of him coming back. But seeing him in the trailer, I gotta say, I'm excited. Number 5 on my list is 1917. Now, for a lot of people, 1917 has already come out in 2019. That's a weird sentence. But for us Minnesotans, it doesn't come out until next week, and I'm really excited for it. It looks absolutely amazing. I'm a big fan of war movies, and I love that this one will be taking place in World War I, because over the years we've gotten a ton of great World War II movies like Saving Private Ryan, Hacksaw Ridge, etc. So I think it's a welcome change of pace to explore the amazing stories of World War I. On top of that, you got Sam Mendes, director of Skyfall, my favorite Bond movie, coming in to direct. Speaking of James Bond, number 4 on my list is No Time to Die. Now, I'm a huge James Bond fan, and Daniel Craig is my favorite Bond actor. So I'm really excited for Craig's final Bond movie. The trailer looks incredible. The trailer set a tone that I felt was really on par with Skyfall and Casino Royale, which is great news in my book. And I'm also really excited to see Rami Malek as the Bond villain in this movie. Number 3 on my list is The Eternals. Now, like I said before, I'm a huge fan of the MCU. Now, full disclosure, I know nothing about The Eternals, but I'm confident in Marvel Studios' ability to take a group of lesser-known comic book heroes and make an awesome movie out of it. They've proven it time and time again with the Guardians of the Galaxy, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel. You get the idea. All in all, I'm just excited to see these characters and what direction they're going to take the MCU. Number 2 on my list is Tenet. Now, the last decade, Christopher Nolan did what Christopher Nolan does best. He wowed us with amazing movies like The Dark Knight Rises, Interstellar, Inception. And after watching the trailer for Tenet, it looks like he's going to continue to amaze us in the 2020s. The movie looks amazing. Once again, Christopher Nolan is taking a brilliant concept and swinging for the fences, and I gotta say, it looks like a home run. And number 1 on my list is A Quiet Place Part 2. I was such a big fan of The Quiet Place. The movie had such a simple premise and it was executed so well. What made The Quiet Place great was that it was a movie about a family first and a post-apocalyptic thriller second. It focused on the family dynamic and made you genuinely care about this family, which made the monster sequences even more tense. With such great characters and a simple yet effective premise, I'm excited to see where they go from here. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep yourself updated on future content. And comment down below with movies that you're looking forward to in 2020. I'd like to know what's on your movie radar. Next week, one of my anticipated movies, 1917, comes to theaters here in Minnesota. I'll have a review coming shortly, so stay tuned for that.